A human being's greatest fear is actually to be alone, because we are nothing without others. And togetherness is connectivity, and it's love connection. So how to deal with that? How to get over something like that? Well, for some, it's not a problem. Why is that? Because they are not having so much, or if any, negative subconscious convictions, which causes a lot of pain and confusion when you are lonely as to why you're not feeling good in your own company. So you will have to experience a period of loneliness. And that period of loneliness is dark. It is facing the darkness. It is exposing yourself to the darkness inside yourself. But it eventually, when the work is done, as in all of the responsibility taken for what is actually inside of you, loneliness turns into solitude. And in solitude, there is self-love. There is an experience that is natural. So some might believe, and it's a product of the rational mind as to believe this, that it is something to acquire. It is something to attain. But it's not. It's nothing. But it's everything. Your love in relation to yourself, without any need, is actually free. It's actually being free inside yourself. Because whatever's trending in your life is in a negative conviction, telling you something that you need to look at. So why is this, whatever it is, trending in your life that is not joyful? What are you trying to tell yourself? One of the best sentences you can say to yourself is, how come I placed myself where I am? Not what has been done to me, not what is unfair and unjust. Just say, how is it that I placed myself in this situation with these circumstances, and how is that conditioning me? Is it conditioning me to shine or to darken, to dim? That's also what the collective trend is about. If you look at pop culture, what is actually on the forefront right now, you can look at trends and understand that. So there is a huge spiritual trend going on social media and in the world and in general. Why is that? It's because of the contrast, the opposition of that. We are trying to get back to love. That's what we're trying to do, as love is dying. Love has been on the last spark in many ways. And it's hard to understand that when you're living in a material world where the sky is blue and the sun is shining, but it's been a dark period. But it's turning around now. And it's gonna be super bright. That's good news. It's just a little bit more. And the tension and the challenges can get very tense, very ugly. But everything happens for a reason and everything has to happen. It is unfortunate, but what is a fortune? What are we valuing? It isn't love. It hasn't been that. We have not held love the highest, as in God, as in Source. And that becomes unfortunate because we are giving credit to something else, which in a perfect universe where everything is created from pure loving consciousness becomes a crime against nature. So we owe ourselves love, but not in depth. As we stay there, we die. As we come to the realization that we deserve love, we prosper as an individual and as a collective. So how to get to worthy? You rid yourself of negative convictions and you forgive and you free yourself and everybody else. Because guilt is just a product of fear, and fear is a product of nothing. Fear is an illusion. So how can there be depth? That's unfortunate, because it's unfortunate thinking. It is not feeling. It is not feeling the love. It is not praising love. It is not holding love the highest, the most valuable. So you might think that this is, well, there is a lot of conflicts and wars and politics and the soup. But it's all a manifestation of how we play the game. It's all a manifestation of how we play the game of love or fear. What side are we on? And where we are is what we maintain. And what we maintain is what we entertain. And what we entertain is what we focus on. And what we focus on is what gets magnified. And what gets magnified becomes our experience, as it becomes the primary perception. So if you think and feel about terror, you got it. Served. As you deserve that. God doesn't make any evaluation. God is all giving. So if you receive a lot of that, then you are saying, please give me more. Please give me more pain and anguish. Please give me more suffering. Why are you saying this? You are saying this perhaps unaware of your own behavior. But as you become aware of it, then you must ask yourself, how come I put myself in this situation? How come I think and feel like this, which is contrary to everything creating a beautiful world? Well, the answer is you're punishing yourself because you feel guilty. Why are you feeling guilty? Because life is the greatest gift of all. And the root problem in that equation is to not feel worthy for your life that you are living. That's the problem. And that problem has its origin in parents, caretakers, not coming to terms with love inside themselves, and that makes them somewhere in between, feeling deserving life, feeling completely worthy in a natural way. Life is a gift for me and I accept that. So they carry a bit of guilt in relation to having their own unique human experience, life. And as they create a child together, they will not be deserving of that child. Of course they are. Of course they are deserving of their own life. You are deserving and worthy of everything. But that's not a thought. It's a deep sense of feeling. It's a feeling of no resistance. It's a feeling of celebration and joy for everything. And if you aren't feeling like that and you receive a child as a gift, the child is a life. It's a new gift of life. It's a new experience. Then you will, as a caretaker, having a lot of depth and guilt inside you, not feeling worthy for your own life, have troubles with raising the child, as when the child falters, makes mistakes, learns, then you make that into your reflection of being a good enough parent, being a good parent at all. And as you, in relation to how unworthy you feel and how much guilt you carry, that is actually not feeling good enough as a human being, as you are. So when you're not feeling good enough, the child's mistake become, in your reflection, back to you in a narcissistic ego fashion, I suck. And that's the proof. And that's painful because that's a new life. So you become that parent who wants to control the child. Listen, because I come from this, but you really don't know how to balance and to shift focus and to actually know what love is and how to raise instead of demolish. So here's a scale, and here's the positive side and here's the negative side. So if we focus on the negative and we affirm and acknowledge the negative all the time, don't do that, that's bad, all of these things, and the child will receive a lot of that negative energy, and that's injustice. And that's why you feel like there is such injustice regarding your life that is supposed to be so happy and joyful, that you are supposed to feel pleasure about and enjoy, because of these negative convictions. So it's like, should I get a gun and shoot my mom and dad? No, that's not going to solve anything, because it's all karma. And what is actually meant to happen as to do things the right way is for everybody to alchemize and transform and transmute that negative energy within themselves as they do the inner work. But not everybody is up for that. So the one who is up for that, who can see that and can see how it would benefit everybody, will have to take the load for them. Everybody evolves and unfolds and transforms, but not everybody is dedicated. You can dedicate your life to this. You can dedicate a piece of your life, a piece of time, a piece of lifetime, as to deal with it. Deal with what's actually deep down inside, which becomes the manifested guilt, shame, fear. And that's what it is. The world trending with unhealthy manifestations is a product of a human being who is not in harmony. And harmony is being in moral understanding, in being in comprehension of fear, love, and sexuality, and how maturity and context actually works in our large perspective. Like, this seems like a really good idea right now, but the consequences of that, what is that? And that's the larger perspective. This seems like a really good idea right now. That's very narrow-minded, because you're only focusing on perhaps the pleasure right there. But what does that create in the long run? What will that have as an impact over generations? It's big. It's big. So that's the reason why we should take care. And it's not impossible, but it's really, really difficult to give great, loving, compassionate care if you're all stressed out, because you're on the wrong time schedule, you're on the wrong time, which creates a lot of conflict within you as to feeling pain, because you're outside of yourself. There is a specific time, Zen time, Central time, that is timeless. That is your time. Your time to shine. Your time to be. Your time to be. You cannot be yesterday. You cannot be tomorrow. You were yesterday, and you're gonna be. You're going to be tomorrow. But right now, you can only be. Just being. And the body holds memory. So it would be like, I want to go, I want to go there, I want to go here. It wants to move. And the mind wants to go too. I want to live in the future. I want to stay in the past. So it's a lot of pulling, pushing. But there's only now. There's only now. And we can train ourselves to be there in whatever we do, wherever we are. And some situations are so demanding, I know. Especially when you are trying to be a parent and you have feelings of guilt and the kids are not satisfied, which kids often are, because they get saturated and they want more, just as you. You want more as well. You're just a big kid. Everybody is. The grown-up, the adult, is the one who is, when mature, is in alignment with themselves as to their moral compass, and that includes actually a sense of humor, which is like a dog shaking things off. Holding on like justification is really immature. It's immature because you're holding on to what is killing love and what is killing connection, family, and the world when it ripples as a collective in your city or wherever. So you're a trendsetter in what you do. And that is something that gets rewarded. It gets rewarded by God and by Source. And you will receive that reward within. You receive that award within. What is the greatest reward as you are having a human experience, as you're living life? Well, it's to feel joy. It is to feel a sense of joy and appreciation and happiness for more or less whatever. Just find the humorous, melodramatic unfolding with a bit of a distance to it. And then it becomes less demanding, and we also feel less pain, and we are actually, as we take care, not projecting so much about our own shit. We take care of our own shit. You wipe your own ass. You wipe your own tears. You deal with yourself. And if you have a big heart, you deal with others' shit as well. And why do you do that? Well, it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice for a greater good. It's for everybody, because you are putting yourself in the center of aware attention inside yourself, as to be able to give what you truly wish to do. You want to give love. You want to give as much love as possible, and you want that love to be as true as possible, to be as much love as possible. And that's something beautiful. That's sunshine. That's water. That's raising. That's elevating. That's evolving. That is expanding. And that is what the universe wants you to do. And that's why you're here. You're not here to fight. You're here to love. You're a loving, human, dreamy being. That's who you are. So look at trends. Look at trends and see what they are trying to say that they themselves perhaps can't see. And you understand that. And that creates more understanding within you. And you become what you truly want. Somebody who understands love more and also stays humble as to know that there's no limit to that. You can always learn more about what love is, how things can be better, how you can treat yourself and others, how we can make a world of love more loving. There's no point of completion. It never will be. There's just too much power. There is too much power of love in the universe as to reach a point of completion. And it's actually impossible as everything expands. So even if we move closer to some form of completion, the completion is expanding, is getting greater. So that's why evolution happens. That's why we are here. I'm recording on a pretty thin glass, we call it phone, mini laptop, but we used to live in caves. So where we are right now is living in a cage. We're living in a cage in a sense that, and the perspective of our future evolution. When we look back at people with animal skins and wooden clubs, living in caves, and perhaps some prehistoric animals still hanging around. That's where we are right now, in contrast to where we will be in relation to where we are as in relation to where we were. So it's very important not to think that we are all that. we should celebrate, and we should feel that we are doing good, and we are smart, we are geniuses, and we are where we are right now. We can't be anywhere else, but we can always become better. And that's way easier when we come up to the surface of feeling good enough. Then you become water and sunshine for the kids instead of, don't do that, that's bad. Because you actually, honestly, truthfully have a lot of love to give without making it about you. Without making it about, am I doing good? Am I good? Am I just questioning yourself in somebody else's spotlight, like your own child? I've done that. It's terrible. I felt terrible about it. I have gone through a lot of suffering, but I've freed myself because I have come to a greater understanding of what it is, where it comes from, what's the origin of it. And I can see that this was just me trying to make it, just trying to make it every day, because I was feeling like shit every day. And the kids are all right. And that becomes also like a bit of a frustration as you see the kids in your image, and you feel like that's me when I was growing up. And if I was given appreciation and attention and love, I would become, and you get pissed because you see how your child is and just recognize yourself and see that how the hell could I have been so mistreated? But it's all, nobody does this out of evil. It's just frustration and pressure and immaturity and lack of humility and just keeping on and just wanting to be the one who knows everything and just and it becomes just a house of cards, just falls to pieces because it's not a stable structure to begin with. The foundation is not good enough. It is not. I love myself and I appreciate myself and I adore myself just for being who I am. I love my life. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for having this life, for having this human experience. That's a true foundation. Then everything else is a bonus. But lack this, and you want a new car every other week, or something like that. Or maybe you want a new girlfriend, new boyfriend every other week, just to feel the need. But recognize that you are in need. What is trending? What is trending in your life? What trends are you dictating? What are you entertaining? What are you searching for? What are you trying to tell yourself? How come you placed yourself in this predicament? Why are you in this situation? Ask yourself. And don't judge yourself. Be honest and true about that. And just say, in all humility, yeah, I misunderstood. And I forgive myself. I will not do better. And then you do that. Piece by piece. Until peace. That's life. That's the game of life. The game of love. And you become the master by not mastering. We believe that a master is all taking control, but it's more like allowing for love to be as you master the art of keeping zen, of keeping centered, of keeping harmonious and being a bit elevated, as from feeling good as to feeling joy, to feel joy, to feel joy, not to think joy, feel joy. What are you so happy about? What are you feeling so joyful? What are you smiling for? Because I'm happy. Because I'm joyful. Why? Because I'm alive. Because I'm living. Because I'm here. Experiencing this. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful life. Oh, that's It's a beautiful act. Oh, oh. I just wanna be here beside you, because I'm nothing without you. Love is all. Love is life. God is love. Love is God. Central sun. Central. Central. Time. Timeless. Now. Life. Now. Be here now. Thank you, Ramdas. I love you. And I'll see you when I get there. Have a nice day and have a wonderful life. I love you. Bye.